Oh,
Come on, baby.
that was a good launch. Nice shift. Come on. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, we're still going. We're still going.
going.
Build power.
Just go. Oh.
Oh. 0 to 100 in seconds.
Watch and weep. Jimny owners, you've been scammed. This thing is at least $10,000 to $15,000 cheaper, spec for spec, than what you get in Australia. The crazy part is that it actually comes higher spec.
This 660cc engine, which is about a third of the displacement of the 4-cylinder engine, is a genuinely better engine than that engine.
So I bought this Suzuki Jimny straight from Japan. You see, in Australia, you can purchase what are called Kei cars. This is not the regular Suzuki Jimny they sell in Australia, even though it looks like it, drives like it. In fact, it drives better. It's actually got more features and it's far cheaper. This isn't a Australian delivered Suzuki Jimny. In fact, the Jimny we get in Australia is actually called the Sierra. This is an actual Suzuki Jimny, or we would call it Suzuki Jimny Kei. And I paid $26,990 for this really pristine example.
That's significantly less than what you'd pay in Australia.
Significantly less. And I'm not surprised in any way that Suzuki Australia has tried to block the importation of these, and they did successfully for a little while. And this thing has been unblocked successfully from not being sold until they find a new reason, because they love to find new things.
Yeah, there's going to be some technicality in the way it's crash tested or something.
Yeah, some obscure ADR rule that stops these from being imported. But today I'm here to tell you why I really love my Suzuki Jimny. This is the Kei Jimny, a very different but also better Jimny than what you'll get in Australia. And like I said, far cheaper. If you want to buy a new Suzuki Jimny in Australia, which by the way, there is very restricted supply, which has led to increased prices because they are in very hot demand. You can buy one of these starting in Australia at $34,990, and that is for the light variant of the Suzuki Jimny, which actually comes even less featured than this one.
It's like stripped down to the bare essentials.
100%. And the craziest part about this, guys, is, and I'll take you through this soon, but in terms of pricing, these, if you want to buy one new in Japan right now, this exact model here, it will cost you, as spec'd, 19,000 Australian dollars. Brand new.
Yeah. Or the equivalent of in yen. It's just
Exactly.
crazy.
It is absolutely absurd just how bent over people are in Australia in purchasing a Suzuki Jimny that's been delivered here. But we'll talk about all of that today and give this thing a full review. What I like, what I don't like, because it's still a cheap Japanese car. There are issues with it too, but why I'm also really happy that I purchased this one. So
It's just an awesome car.
let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So if you want to buy a Kei Suzuki Jimny, and I'll tell you all the reasons why you actually do, because in a lot of ways they're more capable off-road than a regular Suzuki Jimny. Well, one of the ways you can find it is if you just search up Suzuki Jimny XG. That is one of the trims of this, actually the base trim. This one here is the XL, which is a step above, not to be confused with our XL in Australia, which is the 5-door, or there's the XC, which is top of the range. This is middle of the range, and it gets pretty much everything you need. The only thing that the XC, which is the top of the range variant, gets are LED lights. You also get cruise control, which can be quite a big thing, and a leather-wrapped steering wheel. Otherwise, everything is exactly the same. So one of the really timely things is Jacob and I just got back from Japan filming for CarSauce, and Jacob actually purchased a Best Car magazine. Best Car is one of the largest publications in Japan. Really, really good if you want to go check them out. And they were doing a review of the Jimny Nomad, or Nomade.
Which is our XL.
Yeah, which is our XL. They might call it a Nomad. It's just not spelled that way, which is a bit weird. But anyway,
Nomade.
Suzuki Japan, you do you.
You've earned it.
Now, the Suzuki Jimny, like just the Jimny in general, in Japan, it starts at 1.77 million yen. Now, don't think that this is a different car that comes down the factory line versus what we get in Australia, that if you go for a non-light version, starts at a staggering $36,500 drive away.
That's like 10 grand more than what you paid for this.
So we know where Suzuki Australia is getting all their funds from. It is from these things. They are very cheap cars. Please do not think that this is some luxury car. When you drive it, you will see, which is crazy. To give you some perspective, if you have a look on their website right now, like I said, it's called the Suzuki Jimny Nomad. That starts at 2,888,000 yen, which is the equivalent of about 28 or 29, let's say, thousand Australian dollars.
That's crazy.
Ours
that is
starts
insane.
at 40,000. So yeah, they are making a nice 10K markup on every Suzuki Jimny sold in Australia, and that's why they want you to buy one that's delivered to Australia.
100%, it makes sense.
Whereas I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, buy this Kei version. So what does it mean, a Kei? What does KEI even stand for? Well, I don't know, actually, I have no idea what it stands for.
I don't think it stands for anything, that's just cute.
Yeah, maybe it is a bit coy. What it is though, is a set of regulations that mean that cars have to be built into certain forms form factors. So what they've done is they've actually cut the front bumper, they have cut the rear bumper, they've also removed the fender flares from the sides, and you have more positive camber on the wheels, and that enables this thing to fit within the dimensions of K regulations. But also under the bonnet is actually not even 660cc engine, it's like 650.
658 cc's.
Yeah, a 3-cylinder engine that puts out a meager 47 kilowatt of power, 96 newton meters of torque. If you know anything about power and torque, that's literally nothing. It's actually nothing.
It's the same amount of power as your S660 made.
Yeah, which is a tiny Japanese sports car. And no, this thing is not fast, as you'll see, but it's also nowhere near as bad as it sounds on paper.
100%
And in a lot of ways, it's better than what you'll find in Australia, especially because it's fuel efficient as well. So what does it mean if they cut the front bumper, cut the rear bumper? It means that this thing is actually better for off-roading. So I'm gonna pull out my phone here because I've had to translate this from the Best Car magazine. Again, go check them out. They're really, really cool. In terms of dimensions though, this thing is quite a lot shorter than a regular Jimny. This is 3,395 millimeters long. A Jimny Sierra, as we get it in Australia, technically this is the regular Jimny, that is 3,550 millimeters long. So it's quite a bit shorter actually, because the bumpers, they're just shorter. In terms of width, this is 1,475 millimeters wide. It does not look very wide. It's got very skinny tires, 175 millimeter wide tires. And in terms of height, it's about the same height. In fact, this is 5 millimeters shorter, 1,725 millimeters. And that does make an impact to a few things. For example, ground clearance of the K Jimny, 205 millimeters. If you go for a regular Jimny, that's 210 millimeters. The really impressive part though is the approach, ramp breakover and departure angles, because it has shorter front and rear overhangs, which a lot of people actually modify their Jimnys to get this. Well, as a result, it's better for off-roading. This one here has an approach angle of 41 degrees, a departure angle is 48 degrees, and a ramp breakover angle of 28 degrees.
That's crazy angles, bro.
So yes, you can see just by looking at it, it doesn't have fender flares. It's also coming in this silver paint, which, by the way, in Japan, paint,
no cost option.
No cost option. You
So
don't have to
cool.
pay for it. And this silver paint, it's not available in Australia. I don't know why.
It looks amazing on the Jimny.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not available. Again, one of those why Suzuki Australia things. But yes, it looks a little bit funny, but I love it. I love it for that. And it drives literally no differently versus a regular Jimny. In fact, in some ways it's better. Let's talk about the design though. So classic Jimny, you have a very classic 5-slot Suzuki grille. You can change that out to a heritage grille if you want to. You have your Suzuki badge there. Now these are halogen lights, very much like the Jimny light in Australia, which, let me remind you, it's about $35,000 drive away, and they're bright enough. They're actually bright enough. I thought they'd be horrible, honestly, but they're not. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You have your halogen turn signals there as well. You've got your different bumper here at the front, and you can tell that this is the XL variant of the K Jimny because it's halogens here, and you've got halogens here, but you actually get lights for fog lights. So that's cool. Let's check out the side. Now, coming to the side, like I said, this is a very cheap car. Do not think that these things are even worth anywhere near 40K. They're not. And one of the ways you could tell is actually this windscreen here. So it's very steeply raked and it's very thin. So these crack all the time.
They crack, and also just in daily driving, you can hear everything.
Oh, you can absolutely hear everything. There's no sound deadening. Now, the previous owner in Japan has actually upgraded this. This car comes from the Chibu in Tokyo, that kind of area, or at least it was sold by a dealer there. These have been changed out to the XC's wheels, which are just
looks very cool.
A bit more sexy.
Yeah.
And even though these are actually some decent tires, first thing I would be doing, and I'll be doing very soon, swapping them out with some all-terrain tires so I can take this thing off-road. Make sure you guys are subscribed because we're gonna do that. You have these, whatever they do, a halogen bulb there as well. Now, guys, here's the crazy part. Like I said, this thing is at least $10,000 to $15,000 cheaper, spec for spec, than what you get in Australia. The crazy part is that it actually comes higher spec'd. For example, check this out. Look what happens if I use my keyless entry and go, this isn't aftermarket, this is standard. Check this out.
Auto folding mirrors.
Yeah, this mirrors motor is definitely struggling. Again, cheap car, but yes, you get auto fold mirrors and keyless entry and go. So it's got a push button start. You don't have to turn the key. You don't get that in Australia.
Definitely not.
I love as well how big this window is. That is standard across every Jimny, but it means you can really rest your arm out. That's nice.
And also great for visibility.
Great for visibility. Yeah, very, very good. You know that this car is cheap. This is a cheap thing. It's got guttering on the roof. This is something they used to do in like the 50s and 60s and even earlier cars. It's just...
I find it charming.
It's a literal gutter. You have to clean it out sometimes.
Yeah, you know, get in there with a toothbrush and get the leaves out.
Very tinted privacy glass, like very tinted privacy glass. Yeah. This is, they've done this in Japan.
It's right on the limit, let's just say.
Yeah, it's right on the limit. So anyway, they've done that, and yeah, that is definitely not standard. You've also got this little fun little You know, little hoo-ha.
You can point it in the direction that you choose.
Yeah, exactly. If you need to communicate with someone, you know. Oh, arigatou gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
We've just been there. All right, let's check out the bum. Okay, coming to the ass of the Jimny now, and yes, it looks great.
It looks awesome. I love that.
Really, really good.
Really rough terrain spare wheel there.
Yeah, you know what's annoying? This definitely, the previous owner definitely had these tires on, which by the way were 10 millimeters thicker. These are 185s, except they've obviously ripped them off because they're quite valuable, these rough terrains, and just left the one on the back. But you know
Asshole.
what? At least they've done that. They've also painted. This is a very Japanese thing to do. They've painted in white, so that looks a bit tacky to me, but anyway. You have the Jimny badge spelt out there. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. You can see that the joins of the Suzuki badge are there. That is so it's cheaper to
Yeah,
print.
it's only a single item rather
Also, I literally can't even see into the back of this thing. Oh, and also, you've got these. Now, the one factory fitted option that this has, apart from the silver paint, is actually the mud flaps, the spelling of Suzuki on there. It's about $170, which is actually quite expensive.
Jeez, that is a lot for mud flaps. It looks cool though.
Quite expensive. The other thing as well is their asshole who used to own this has definitely removed whatever head unit they had, because there's actually a little camera here, and this thing has a reverse camera. At least it's wired in, but they've just put in some aftermarket head unit.
Well, it's a Kenwood, you know? It's a Kenwood.
We're gonna change this because I'm about to bleep all of that out. All right, let's check out what it can fit in its ass and not much else. It's 20 liters of boot space. You can fold these like that if you want the people in the back seats to have the worst time ever, which does kind of suck. Lift this up and you have a bit of storage space underneath there. That is pretty good. You can also just pull it out completely and have a bit more space.
I guess.
If that's your thing. But anyway, you know what? They've tried. They've tried. The really cool thing is when you're limited with packaging like this, they actually think of smart things to do with it. So if you fold these seats down, you can see that they're at a bit of an incline, which is fine for most things. However, if you want to fit even more stuff in there or not have it at an incline, well, how do you do that? You just remove the headrest and then it folds completely flat. So that is cool.
The one thing I will say with that surface is that things slide around heaps.
Oh yeah, you're definitely better off putting some sort of rubberized mat. And a very cool thing about the Suzuki Jimny is there is a huge aftermarket community. So we are going to be modifying this thing. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because not only are we taking it off-road, we're going to do a full modification of it. So that'll be really, really cool. You have a 12-volt socket walkie here as well. Interestingly, you got to be careful. There is a warning there.
It tells you to do maths before you plug stuff in.
Exactly. Both of the 12-volt sockets are wired up to the same place. So they're going to split their current if you have two things plugged in there at once. So you're not going to get 120 watt, you'll get 60 watt, but still pretty good. All right, Daddy Jacob, let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, guys.
Oh,
Far out.
God.
It's terrible. Watch and weep, Jimny owners. You've been scammed. I actually feel that way. I feel like you've kind of been scammed.
definitely a little bit, at least.
Based on what you can get, you know, it blows my mind. Anyway, let's talk about this thing. So, very cool design, but it's not good. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
It's so cheap. And it's built to a price, and we see that in Japan. I guarantee you they're making money on this in Japan as well. You know?
Oh, no doubt.
Even at their $19,000, they'll sell it to you for a top spec in manual. Yeah, they're still making money. So, there's scratch materials absolutely everywhere, like everywhere. You do have this nice little grab handle though, I guess, in case you go for some extreme off-roading.
Sure, I'll be using that in our off-road video.
Oh, sure you will. Glove box as well, absolutely tiny. A little bit of storage area there. The door bins are enough for your best car magazine, and that's really
about it. Maybe you could fit 2 issues.
Let's talk about, while this cat, put your ass away. Okay. What the fuck is with cats, guys?
Dude, why is this one not leaving us alone?
It really loves us. Let's talk about these seats. So in design, they are the same seat as what you'll find in Australia. However, they are better than what you get in Australia, not just because they've got a bit of pizzazz to them, you know, a bit of yellow dotting throughout them. That's kind of cool.
It's cool. Kind of messes with my eyes a bit, but it's cool.
The best part is actually the fact that they're heated. They're heated. So this is fantastic in winter, like it is now, even though I'm quite summery today, but still, heated seats, incredible. You do not get that in Australia, that's for sure, but why not? Why not?
Agreed.
Why don't you get the silver? I don't know, weird. The steering wheel though is not great, especially here in this XL. Like I said, not quite top of the range, so you don't get the nicest steering wheel. Completely plastic, very, very plastic. It is very easy to install cruise control as an aftermarket, by the way. If you want to, it's just a little module and you can keep the steering wheel the same, but
That's
just plastic.
very plastic.
Just terrible. None of these in Japan, at least not for the Kei version, come with a head unit. So you have to install your own head unit anyway, aftermarket, but they're only a couple $100 now, so really easy to do. We're definitely going to be replacing this Kenwood speaker, but thankfully the person who owned this Jimny previously, at least they had some semblance of wanting audio quality, because as standard, these come with 2 speakers, which is just awful.
Yeah.
The worst.
At least they're stereo, but...
Yeah, true. But we have a giant subwoofer that's sitting under my ass right now, and we can control it through this controller over here. And I love that you can control it with that controller right here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we've turned the gain quite significantly down.
Yeah, because otherwise your ass, it vibrates. And maybe you like that, all right? I won't judge you.
I think there's enough vibration just driving this thing.
Yeah, correct. You already have to scream at your passenger as you're going along. You got some buttons here. I like this. You have your auto up and down windows, which is good. You also will see here that the previous owner has installed a
Throttle controller.
I don't like throttle controllers.
So weird.
Never have, and that's because you could simply stamp your foot a little bit harder on the accelerator if you want more power.
Get
That's
the same
all they
effect.
do.
Yeah.
They literally just change the signal from your accelerator. So yeah, you could make it so that when you put 1% of effort in, it gets 100%.
But why would you?
Why would you? You know?
It'd be a bit weird.
So I keep that off. You get a 12-volt socky wocky, but like I said, be careful. It might only be 60 watt at any given moment. You have your 5-speed shifter here. Now you can get this as a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed auto, and that also comes with an overdrive, so that is good. Neither of these transmissions are actually good. They're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're both pretty bad. I didn't think I would like the manual, but as you'll see, I'm really enjoying this manual. But thankfully, this is still a Jimny, right? It's got to be a proper off-roader, and it certainly is. We have our four-wheel drive controller here. This is a body-on-frame K car. Those don't typically exist. It is a true proper off-roader like we showed you. It's of course got 4 high, so it's rear-wheel drive normally. You can send power to the front wheels, and then you have a low range transfer case as well. So this is a extremely capable off-roader, and these Jimnys are known for going absolutely anywhere. And because they're Suzuki, let's be honest, they're reliable, they go forever.
100%. And you know what? This engine could potentially be better for off-roading.
Yes, very true. We'll have to see, especially because that low end torque. We have a little storage area here and a couple of cup holders here. Like I said, you can modify the snot out of these small things as well, like installing a cup holder here on your dash. That is a godsend. Like,
yeah,
honestly, it's a godsend.
100%.
This is pretty funny though. You see these? This is your mirror. What are you going to cover?
Does it even extend a little bit?
No, the sun just blinds your eyes in this thing. Like I said, it's built to a price, and if you can buy this thing for a reasonable price like we did, $26,990 for this one here, and that is everything included as well, you're getting a really good deal. Bought this thing, by the way, with about 40,000 Ks on the clock. So pretty much new.
It's a bargain, man.
A genuine bargain, and I really do think that we're kind of being scammed in Australia with the pricing we have to pay here. Like, clearly.
Yeah, $34,990 for a light is actually laughable.
Honestly, if you're an owner of a Suzuki Jimny in Australia, I just feel bad for you. Let's check out the back seats.
Let's do it.
So, getting into the back seats, actually quite easy. You do it from the passenger side. The seats, they simply just slide forward. It's very, very easy, actually. Once you are back here, if you put this seat into its normal position that someone would be sitting there, to be honest, you still get an okay amount of room. You got to remember, guys, this car is...
It's a K car.
I feel like I'm fighting these headrests all the time. Yeah, it's still a K car, so it's very, very small. And this is with no compromise. So obviously at 5'11", I do not have much leg room at all. Toe room is actually weirdly okay. Headroom is fantastic, thanks to the boxy shape. Normally it would be very bright back here, but like I said, we have the darkest legal tint you could possibly get. And so it is dark back here.
It's very dark.
I do like a couple of things though. First of all, these seats are weirdly comfortable back here. I didn't think that they would be, especially having sat in them previously, but yeah, sitting here right now, they feel nice. The base is also relatively well padded, and your wheel arches, because again, it's so small, are actually your armrest. So it's a good design there as well.
It doubles.
Now it is a 4-seater. So I wouldn't even be taking 3 people in here, but if you need to take 4 people, you can. Actually, it'd be much more comfortable than having anything more than that. So yeah, kind of impressed with the back of these seats, just like you'd be impressed with CarSauce Buy. When you purchase your next new car, you need to use CarSauce Buy. We have a dedicated team of car buyers who are out there to get you the best price possible on any new car. So for example, if you're buying a new Suzuki Jimny, do not pay the exorbitant price of a Suzuki Jimny and find one that's actually in stock, because they've stop sailed all of them at the moment for unknown reasons. Interesting. So if you want to buy anything new, make sure you check out CarSauce Buy. And if you want to buy anything import like this, make sure you check out Justin from Colton Classic. This isn't sponsored. He hasn't paid us. He hasn't given us a great deal, but he is a good mate of mine, and he will import you a car like this. Anything from Japan or anywhere in the world. Not only that, you get quality.
you're not getting some piece of shit. You know you're going to be taken care of. So we'll leave a link in the description below for Cult and Classic, but Justin, you are an absolute legend. And I think it's time to launch this thing.
Let's bloody do it.
Alrighty.
Turning circle test.
It's actually better than in a regular Jimny.
Yeah. Smaller wheels. Oh.
Let's see, just warming up the 3-cylinder. Let's see how this thing will do. 0 to 100, we have our specialist timing gear. I can't even read it.
It's facing the sky.
The windscreen is so vertically raked, I literally can't even read it. Does it have satellites? It does.
I think it's got satellites.
All right, so let's see how this rear-wheel drive sports car.
When there's no sport mode or anything, it's just a manual bloody shifter. Let's do it.
Let's build some boost, baby. Oh, come on, baby.
That was a good launch. Nice shift. Come on.
Oh, come on.
You're doing good. You're doing bloody good.
We might have to upshift.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to upshift.
We definitely will.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, we're still going. We're still going.
Oh, no, it's dying off. It's dying off hard.
Build power.
Just go.
Oh. Do you know what? Still better than a Suzuki Jimny XL in automatic specifically.
That is true.
0 to 100 in 17.49 seconds. That is about 3 seconds to 100 worse than a regular Jimny, which was already one of the worst cars we've ever tested. So honestly, not as bad as I probably expected, considering that it has half the power.
I'm looking at a 17, bro.
I don't know what
you're talking about.
Again, I'll still take the win over an automatic Suzuki
Yes,
Jimny.
I'll take that win as well.
Let's try this thing normally.
Let's.
Alrighty, Daddy Jacob.
Oh yeah, we're in the manual.
God, my bag's gonna go flying. Thank God I can.
Do you want me to hold on to it?
Thank God I can reach into the back.
I thought you were just resting your head on my shoulder.
Get down in there.
Now, bro, I want to call you out real quick. I want to call you out.
Call me out.
Expose you. When we reviewed the Jimny XL, you said that if you were to ever buy a Jimny, you would get the auto.
I knew it. I knew you'd say that because I just watched the same video. And the honest answer is I would have until I drove the Kei version because it drives, it's an entirely different beast. So this 660cc engine, which is about a third of the displacement, right? A third the size of the 4-cylinder engine is a genuinely better engine than that engine because yes, it doesn't put out much power, 47 kilowatt. That's nothing. It's literally nothing. And it only has 96 newton meters of torque. However,
that is so small.
It's the delivery, which is just, it honestly just makes up for it because whereas the 1.5 litre is naturally aspirated, you have to work the guts out of that engine to get full power. In this one, it's available.
Lower in the torque band.
Oh no, it drives so bad.
It's still a Jimny after all.
So this was the thing that shocked me when I bought the car. To be honest, it was one of those spite buys. You know when a manufacturer just annoys you and you're like, well, no, screw you. I'm going to buy this car out of spite.
You're like a Larry David opening a coffee shop next to the person you hate.
Except I fully expected to hate this thing. I thought it would suck. I thought it would suck so bad. And don't get me wrong, it's not fast in any way. It's not that fun necessarily. However,
it is fun in a different kind of way.
Exactly. You know? It's fun in like a old school 90s, excuse me, while I shift down to third to like get the most out of this engine kind of way.
I swear the red line is higher as well. It goes to like 7,000 revs.
It's a nice little engine. It's like
solid.
It's got a funny, almost diesel-y characteristic where it just kind of keeps going and you don't expect it to. I did drive this thing back almost 10-hour drive from Sydney, and even though we have no cruise control or anything, and it was sitting at about 4,500 RPM the whole way, maybe even 5,000. It was
still pretty economic, right?
Yeah, it was still pretty economic. We're getting 12.7 litres per 100 kilometres, so about just under, like 7.7 litres or so, which is good, actually. Oh my God, excuse me.
Oh God, you really have to downshift it. It does not take corners well. And actually, speaking of that long drive, how did it feel whenever a truck would pass you?
Oh boy, like would you wobble.
The entire thing would
Hang on,
would
we're hitting the ball buster.
Oh God. Oh, not bad. It's actually not bad.
So every time you pass a truck, the car would just shake. It would somehow suck itself into
like
the car.
like a gravity field or something.
And this is what it's sold as in Japan. You know, you can get these new for like 20K, you know, in Japan. Brand new.
Insane.
Whereas here,
value.
you're paying such a disgusting premium for what is the exact same car, just with an arguably better powertrain. Like, it just blows my mind.
You're right, though. The delivery of this is better. Like, the way it delivers power.
100%. And yeah, it weighs 50 kilos less than a regular Suzuki Jimny, but like, you read...
So about 140 kilos less than the XL.
Yeah, you just think it's going to be horrible, but honestly, it's not.
One of you.
All right, here we go.
Let's
Tickle
do
me.
it. Oh, launch. Good shift.
That was one of the fastest shifts
That
I've
was
ever
like
done in my
Tokyo
life.
Drift level. Very good.
You gotta
as
have
well.
a bit of mechanical sympathy with this thing, you know?
Third, okay.
So obviously there's no sport modes. I'm not going to use my throttle controller here because it does
my God.
literally nothing. My foot's planted anyway. All right,
Wow.
hairpin, numero duo. I don't want to tip.
Oh,
I don't want
God.
to tip.
There is infinite body roll. Infinite body roll. But you know what? We didn't lose traction.
No, and
I
we're not
felt
breaking.
safe.
We're not breaking the speed limit either, you know.
Far from it, in fact.
Oh, I see you, kangaroo. Don't you even dare.
Don't you?
Don't you?
dare-
No, I knew it.
No.
I knew it. I knew it would do this.
They just like to prank us, don't they?
Honestly, it's like they have a death wish.
I can tell you what, if we hit a kangaroo in this, we would be dead and the kangaroo would be laughing.
Overall, I didn't expect to like this thing as much as I did. I think it drives better than a regular Jimny.
Agreed.
I am not surprised that they have tried to shut selling these down in Australia because frankly, they're better. Oh, and by the way, I'm sitting here with my heated seat on. Do that in your
Yeah,
Jimny.
exactly. I was
Excuse
going
me
to say.
while I fold my mirrors illegally. Hey, look, I can see you now.
Oh, hello.
You can't do that in a regular Jimny.
Absolutely not.
And this, you know, 26 grand on the road.
Yeah,
With,
custom subwoofer. You got your own Kenwood head unit.
it's awesome.
Mate, you're living large.
So, yeah, I never thought I'd buy the manual either, but in this car, it works with the character. I love it. I really love it. I think
Yep.
the auto would go just as well, but it would just be a bit more boring, right? Whereas this,
100%.
you just have to work for it a bit more, and that's fun. With that, let's get into our final thoughts.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, guys. Final thoughts now on my Kei Suzuki Jimny. Should you buy one? Well,
Are you going to keep it?
I'll be honest, when I bought this thing, it was a spite buy, right? Because I was like, come on, why are they blocking the importation of Kei cars? It's just dumb and it's purely for their own selfish reasons.
Oh, 100%. It's like a weird protectionist policy that makes no sense.
Yeah, they just want to make as much money as possible and charge literally double the price of what these cost in Japan. But having now owned this thing, I couldn't believe how much I liked it. Like, I genuinely cannot believe how much this thing has wowed me with how good it is. It is such a great daily driver. I love the K engine in this. I think it has way more character than the horrible 1.5 litre naturally aspirated engine that you will get in this. It's also shared with the Suzuki Frunks. Yeah.
Well, similar. The Suzuki Frunks is like 1 extra kilowatt.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's almost embarrassing. The way it drives, what it is, for its price point, I think it's absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you want to buy an imported anything, really, mainly Japanese cars, make sure you check out Carlton Classic. Justin there, he hasn't helped us out. He hasn't given us a special deal. He's just delivered us an incredible car and you can get one as well.
And he's a very genuine guy. You can go watch our video with him in the description. Awesome guy.
Awesome guy. Yeah, like I said, we don't make any money off of that. What we do make money off though is if you buy a new car, if you want to buy a new Suzuki Jimny in Australia and you want to find one that's actually in stock, Google CarSauce buy, scan the QR code on your display now, and we will help you get the best price possible because you shouldn't be spending a stupid amount of money on one of these things. They're not that great.
Totally agree.
Don't get bent over. All right, ciao for now.
Bye-bye.